Hi, this is Ashley with Right By Me, and today we're going to be making pieces to put on ephemera, or pages, so accents, I guess, or yeah, like accents. So I spent the better part of the morning getting these cut out. So these are like lotus flowers, and I was debating on doing them, making them like individually. So, but I'm like, I think I want a little bit of dimension, so these ones are going to get stacked, and it'll create a little bit of height, and these ones are a lot thinner, so they need 3 apiece. And I kind of debated on whether or not I should have glued them all together off camera so that we could do the other part, but maybe I'll do a couple and do the other part that I wanted to do with them, and then I could do the rest on my own time, just that way it's not like super boring. So we'll see how far I get with gluing. Also, my new pins came in. These are directly from Art Glitter Glue. These are their pins for their top. So if these rust, I got a big issue, because those other pins, terrible. They're nickel. They advertised them as stainless steel. They absolutely lied. So I'm still, yeah, you cannot see that at all, but I'm still getting the rust out of my glue nozzle, and that just is so upsetting. So so that's what we're doing. I was mildly inspired by somebody, but they did something entirely different. So I don't remember who it was, but they just drew flowers onto something and cut out the shape. And I have a Cricut, so these are Cricut, and these are die cut. And I have a little Thinlit die for the tulips. Okay, yeah, so that adds a nice little dimension to it. It's not nearly as flat. So how is everybody doing today? Good, I hope. It's Monday for me, and my husband's working from home right now. They changed his schedule, so he works 1 week in his office and he works 2 weeks at home, which I love, but it makes me embarrassed to film. So I am just gonna have to get used to that. Alright, so these ones are going pretty quick. Just want to get a little bit of glue on each part of it. That way it stays connected. I tell you what though, I really wish I had this glue when I was making cards. Between the fine tip and how fast it adheres, there's just no way around how good that is. So is a million times better than any of the glues that I was using at the time. I really don't know why the card makers I watched during the time weren't using art glitter glue. I guess it would just come down to preference of what they were using over it, or they didn't know about it. I have no idea. But they were always looking for like a really strong, fast adhering glue. I'm like, it's been right here all along. So I'm going to do a couple of these. I've stacked these before, and they're kind of a pain because they're very fine and very thin. Just stack them together. Do you think 2's okay? You know what? I actually think 2 is okay, so I can put these together. Let's do a couple of these. Put a couple of these together, and then we'll move to phase 2. I am still thinking about what my next journal project should be, because I have no idea. I have no clue. I'm surprised I even came up with this, or got inspiration, or a creative wave a little bit, because I am pretty much dead to that right now. It's just been on. So, okay, put that up to the side. Let's do a couple of the little tulips, the little buds. Getting glue all over my fingers. Oh, I'm a messy crafter. Alright. That one. Let's get these together. I had said in a previous video that I had ordered a couple of punches. I thought it was just a 3-inch punch for a square punch, but it's 3.5, so it's even bigger. I really kind of wanted just like a 3, not with an extra 1/2 inch, but that's okay. I can still make it work. And then I had gotten what I thought was a whale tail punch, but We Are Memory Keepers did not. Oh, I love We Are Memory Keepers as a company. I love their products. I own a lot of them. But they are at times kind of a greedy company. So the way that they designed that product was that it punches out half of a whale tail, and then you put them on their stickers, these clear see-through stickers, and that's what makes the tag or the little pull. And I was like, oh, no, because only a couple of those stickers come in the with that punch, and you cannot, I can't, like, that's not what I wanted. I can't use that. But I was like, okay, well, I bought it, you know, it was on sale, so I didn't pay full price, but I still bought it, and I need to figure out how to make this work. So I went to go look up to see how much more of those clear stickers are, because you sort of have to use them, and for 12 of them was $6. What? That's crazy. You know, you end up putting, just on that waterfall thing alone that I made, had like 8. So that's unreasonable to me, or at least for what I'm doing, it is unreasonable. So I had to go and I bought another one, and this one 100% checked, made sure that it, just do a couple more. Well, I guess I'm almost done, aren't I? Punched out the whole tag, the whole pull. So I got that now, and I'm still waiting, and I'll be waiting for a while on a rectangle punch, and then I should be relatively good. I have dies. They're just, you know, they take a while to use. They're harder to use on camera because I have my electric die cutting machine off to the side. You know, I have a Cricut, which is what cut those out, but that took, for my Cricut to cut those out, I don't know why it took so freaking long, but it took, what time is it now? It took an hour. It took an hour to cut those out. And so that just took a long time. So, so the punches are just fast, but you know, they're limited. There's only so much you can do with them. So but they also are quite versatile in the same way. So different tools for different things. Yeah, just like scissors. Different scissors for different things. Okay. I think that's good to play with for now. Okay. Just trying to get that. I'll just set these off to the side because I'll finish that later. So we have these. Okay. And then I thought we would put them on book pages and then kind of color that in. Yeah, I think that'll look cool. So I'm going to glue a couple of these down. And for me, I really want to try to get some of those words in there. And then before I glue the rest down, let's do the other part of this. So this paper is pretty thin. And I don't know how much it's going to smudge. So I have colored pencils, I have markers, and I have watercolor pens. I have watercolor pencils too, I guess. They're not incredible. So I'm kind of wondering, let me get out my that. Okay, this is my watercolor brush pens. So let's just, those are blues and purples, pinks and creams and oranges, greens, and like miscellaneous, doesn't really fit into a category colors that I had. Okay. So I'll just do really light. I want to do pink. Okay. Get that primed and ready. Alright, so I'm just going to very gently do some flicking motions. Can you kind of see that? And then we'll try to drag that out. It is not interested. And spreading. Okay. Well, we'll just use them anyway, because at least on this one. And then just flick up and try to just get a little bit of color in the petals. And that's just what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put color. Oops! I got a little bit of pink on the white. Trying not to do that. I'm sure you'll do a better job than me. That's too small. Even for this fine tip. So, yeah, something kind of like that, right? And I'm just gonna make it a little less white. Of course, you can leave it stark white. That's totally fine. You could even paint the pink just on the outside of the flower a little bit, if you wanted. Okay, so now we'd take our time and try to cut these out. And I went quiet for a minute. Sorry, I'm trying to concentrate. You could also, if this paper is kind of weak, I think you could kind of like pluck at it. I think an X-Acto knife would be a little easier, honestly, than trying to get these scissors into those little nooks. There is somebody banging around outside, right outside my front window. I don't know what they're doing. It's driving me crazy though. Alright, so more or less, I'm going to clean it up a little bit. You can't really see it, but I can see it. Kind of like that. It just will not focus any better than that. I'm sorry. So, yeah. And then it can go on. So let me grab a random something. You know, something that's like completed here. Oh, come on. You know, see for like that. Actually, I kind of love that. See? Wouldn't that look so cool? In fact, I like that there. I'm just going to glue that down. I like it right like that. This one was lacking a little bit, so that works. And I like it being in front of her a little bit. Yeah, look at that. So that's what we're making. So, yep, that works for me. Okay, let's do some more, because that's what we're doing today. I just wanted to make sure I got one full one out so that you could see what I had in my head, more or less. You could make, I mean, this is free on the, this image was free on the Cricut store. You could even make shakers with a little piece of acetate. You cut out a little piece of acetate And the Cricut could do that too if you had, you know, the Cricut. You could also, if you did it with these, you would just, you know, glue it down and cut it out, just like you probably would for this, but for, you know what I'm talking about. That's all that matters. And then you would fill it up. I would put one more layer though. I would do 3 of 110-pound cardstock. This is Neenah Classic Crest. 110 pound. I think it's like 297 GSM or something like that. Like, it is thick cardstock. So you could do that, and then you'd put like little beads or whatever you wanted in the, like, underneath it, and then when you shake it, it would move around. I used to love making shaker cards, but I think those would look pretty cool on ephemera pieces, on journaling cards or tags. That would look just as neat. So for these, I don't need to do the bottom. I just need to do the tulip top. So we're just gonna go ahead and glue a couple of these tulip tops down too. Let's get one of these bigger bulbousy ones out. Let's see, I'll just glue it right there. Okay, and then we can decorate those. I really kind of wanted a watercolor look, so I wonder if I just put these pens away. If you can bear with me really quick, I'll do this as fast as I can. Because I think I'm gonna get my watercolor out instead. You could also do like a little Wink Stella on the inside and outside or whatever. It's a sparkle glitter pen. That could look pretty neat. Alright, I'll try not to take too much time here. Let's do a little bit, just a little bit of this blue. Let's do this tulip. You know, I know this isn't watercolor paper, so it's gonna move differently, but that's what I wanted. Much lighter, much lighter pigment. It to be kind of like drawn out a little more. Little bits. Can you see that any better? See how much lighter and more faded? That's what I was hoping to get. Yeah. Need a little bit more in the corner. A little bit more at the bottoms. Just a little bit. Yeah. See how pretty that is? I'm just gonna It's almost Thanksgiving. I think it's this Thursday. There we go. Can you see that at all? Isn't that cute? Oh, I love it. I'm gonna definitely have to make a bunch of these because there's no way I'm not gonna use them like all the time. Alright, let's see. Let's do a yellow. Yeah, that's gonna look really cool. And what if we did like the tiniest little bit of red at the bottom? Like that. Can you see that at all? Kinda. Looks better in person. Alright, so we'll finish doing the red. I mean the yellow. We'll do the yellow. And then we'll put some of the red in there. So what are your all plans for Thanksgiving? Are you doing it with family? Usually you do. Some of us do Friendsgiving, where you just have a bunch of friends over and everybody brings a dish, so it's a potluck. I've done Friendsgiving here before, if I hadn't been able to make it out to family. Because there are often quite a few people who don't get to visit their family on the holidays. It's just nice not to be alone. It's nice to be with people on the holidays. So there's that. This year we're spending it with my husband's side of the family. They're wanting to host this year, so I'm gonna go over there. have no idea what they want me to bring. They're not, they don't always know or plan super well. So I often don't know what I'm supposed to be doing until like the day before, which is really frustrating. Because I don't think they often know what they're doing until the day before either. Alright, sorry, I'm quiet again. I seem to be in perpetual thought right now. Trying to get this to look good. Alright. Especially since these little lotus things took an hour for my Cricut to cut out. I don't want to mess any of them up. So there we go. I love it. I'll cut those out later because I don't want to sit here fussy cutting them for ever and ever and ever. Let's just do orange. Just straight orange is fine. Let's see, what else? I don't know. It's been pretty quiet on the home front. It usually is. One of my good friends just got a dog. It's not really about me. But I'm happy for her. She grew up with dogs, a lot of dogs, because her mom's a dog breeder of a Irish Water Spaniel. And she also is competitive with her dogs, and they win a whole bunch of agility things and whatnot. So her getting a dog is really good because she needs a dog. Everybody needs a dog in their life. And then so she went and picked him up 2 days ago. He's a big old dog. He's got several things in him. He was rescued from a hoarder / backyard breeder situation, and he's only like a year old. Poor little guy. Except he's not so little, he's absolutely massive. And I don't think he's done growing yet. So, and she lives in an apartment. I don't entirely know what she's gonna do with something that big in a little apartment with her son. But she couldn't resist. She had to help him. That one called to her, so. Okay, let's just do a red tulip. Nice red tulip. Need it to be loose but not flooding it. I guess that's another thing you could do too, is with like not perfect pearls, like pearls, or I have other things. You could like stained glass it. I think that would look kind of neat too, wouldn't it? Yeah. Okay. We'll leave that like that. Alright, now we'll just cut some of these out. This one should be pretty. That out. I think some of these I'm probably gonna have to just age them because the paper seeped up a lot of the pigment. So if you want yours to be that stark white or whatever color, just be more careful than me. Oh, forgot this whole section, didn't I? Okay. Okay. Something like that. I mean, you could even do it with the same color. You know, you could halo it with the same color. That would look pretty neat too, wouldn't it? Yep. While I'm here, well, that can you see the? Yeah, you can see the difference. So stark white, aged. Let's do a little bit of. Okay. That other one I already put away. I already put on something, so these larger tears I'm going to try to keep. Don't want to waste any of this really lovely aged paper. These scraps I can't do too much with, so I'm going to take those and throw those away. Can I even find my X-Acto knife? There it is. Let's see if this does a better job. So far, no. I probably have to replace my blade again. I just replaced it, but they get used so much, you know. Okay, yeah, that's more like pulling it than cutting it, but I see people get those little swivel blades all the time, and I guess not in the crafting community necessarily, but I see them advertised all the time. I can't really imagine really using one of those, not because I don't think they won't work, but because I can't imagine them staying sharp enough, long enough, for it to be worth the investment. So, if you use one, let me know, because I've looked into them. See, isn't that lovely? And now I'm gonna ruin it. And then a little dusting. Let's see some of them together. So we got one of each right now. Aren't those cool? Oh my goodness. I am in love with that. In fact, I wish I could take a picture of it right now to use as a thumbnail. So I'll have to set that aside and I'll have to make sure I do that. Okay, let's try to get this one cut out now. What can I talk about? Oh, my mother and I watched a movie together last night on Netflix called The Wonder. I don't know if I want to recommend it. It was good. It had two really weird parts in it, and it was just so pretentious, those parts were, because they were just like trying to be really artsy in a movie that's not artsy. Like, I don't understand. And apparently the rest of the internet also did not understand why they were trying to be artsy, and it just comes off really pretentious and okay. It really distracts away from the movie and the story they're trying to tell by trying to remind you it's a story. It's so weird. And my mother and I both agreed, it was like every time we thought that we were lulling into boredom, we just didn't. And that's like the weirdest way to explain a movie and to try to sell it to somebody. But it was intriguing all the way through it, even if you could She couldn't see some of the plot's twists, but I could. I saw all of them. But, I don't know, it was strange. It was good, though. Like, I don't know how else to put it. Like, it was a really different type of movie. The material that they were focusing on was different. If you want to know, it's kind of based off of the Fasting Girls. All that hoo-ha nonsense, so. But it's really intriguing. It's pretty interesting. Some things happened pretty quickly. It takes place in a 2-week span. And there were some things that we were just like, whoa, that happened fast. Like, unrealistically fast. So, especially for a movie that's pretty based in realism. Not necessarily fantasy. It's fiction, but it's not fantasy. So, okay. I'm going to cut this one here. About 9 minutes early. But that's okay. So this is what we did today. And then the one that I glued on immediately because I loved it there actually, like, a lot. So that's what we got. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you give these a try. They're pretty fun, and they are so cute. And I can't wait to use them on upcoming projects. I'm going to have to finish the rest of these. But thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me today. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.